Hey, once again, Jason with Fender Garage. One of the things we ran into early on when we did our first Coyote swap was how do we keep the motor from going into limp mode? And what we didn't realize early on, this is when I say early on, I mean like 3 years ago, is that when we turned off our heater valve from like the Vintage Air or Restomod, one of those companies, that it actually was cutting off coolant to the rest of the motor, and so the cylinder head temperature sensor was going off, and it put the motor in limp mode, and then it took us forever just to change and fix all that stuff. And so we learned pretty quickly, talking with Ford Racing, that we have to have some kind of a bypass, that we needed to add a little H pipe right in here. And so we kind of conceal that as best we can behind the motor. As you can see, that will be back behind the motor when this is all done, and you won't even really see it. But this allows the coolant, as it flows through into the heater core, that when we shut the heater off inside the cab and we don't want it to be hot anymore, it still allows the fluid to continue to flow through the rest of the motor and keep the cylinder head temperature cool, and you don't have issues that way. So if you're having that kind of a problem or struggle, definitely make sure you have an H pipe in there. You're going to need it, and Vintage Air sells one. They're pretty easy to find, and it's a good product to have on hand if you're doing a lot of Coyote swaps.